bass, and Dan Sullivan on drums as well. Gentlemen, starting with Anthony, you just want to introduce yourselves real quick?
How you doing? I'm Anthony.
Hey, Anthony, what's up?
How's it going, Mike?
Hey, Mike, what's up?
Hey, this is Dan. What's going on?
Hey, man, what's up? So all you guys are from New Jersey, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think there's a good place? Is this you sure it ain't the tall state? You know? So, what do you think about Jersey?
Well, it's kind of dynamic. I like the fact that it got seasons, but prices are bad. I remember we were going to Minnesota this one summer, and the further Midwest we got out, the better it got because there was just no tolls and the air was so much cleaner.
Cool. This is Audio Insight. Great new band coming out of New Jersey, Woodbridge area. On the rise, making the name for themselves. And you guys put out a EP recently, maybe last year or whatever. Can you tell me anything about that?
Mike?
Yeah, a couple of years ago, we released our first CD entitled Dimensions. It was our full-length debut. We debuted to a lot of good response, and we've been playing that for a while. And we're actually going to hit the studio this summer to record our next EP. So we're really excited about doing that.
Cool. Writing the tracks. Who writes the songs and who writes the lyrics and music?
That would be me. This is Anthony. I write the basic framework of the songs, and I'll bring the ideas to Mike and Dan, and there'll be a general kind of feel or idea of how the drums and bass are going to go, and then they'll add their exact nuances, and then I write the lyrics as well.
Cool. Now,
to adapt on that usually.
Go ahead.
No, just to adapt on that usually, and he'll establish a few riffs that we'll work on as a song, and then we'll bring the rhythms in, and me and Mike. It's just kind of just a clarification. So that's the way we do things.
Great. What do you call it? Like playing the Jersey area, really, what clubs are around that really will take originals?
I think it depends. A lot of people, love the Stone Pony just because it's historical aspect, but I think there's a big generational gap, and a lot of the clubs that were once famous are dying down, and unsigned music in general, I think, is dying down. I mean, people don't seem to realize that if there are no unsigned local artists, that there would be no bigger artists. But there's some good places to play. I mean, I think the St. Asbury Park is really good. We recently just had a show at 10th Street Live in Kenilworth, New Jersey. It was a pretty good place. We released our album at Architect, which is a new venue up north in Jersey. We play mostly in North Jersey, and there'll be a few venues. Stone Pony is all right. Starland, locals don't really get in there. So it's kind of few and far between for unsigned bands.
Right. When you play Cool. When you play out of state, is it that much different, or really the same vibe?
Pretty much the same. It's pretty much the same vibe. It goes a long way. Dan, you got one, some say?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, when I used to book our shows out of state, we kind of started mixing it up between the band members, and it was sometimes a different experience, mostly because people are meeting it for the first time and they have their own ideas of artists that are coming out of New Jersey. So they're often surprised, and they're more respectful towards you and really pay attention to your set, and they appreciate it more, which just affects us more as a band. So.
Right.
Yeah, and to add to what Dan was saying, I think it's really true that just the fact you're traveling, you're coming from a different state, that by default makes people respect you more, whereas, you're a New Jersey band playing in New Jersey, people just view as, they're a local band, a dime a dozen, it's whatever. But if, we're going down to Virginia or North Carolina, or we go out to Pennsylvania, it's like, oh, these guys are actually a traveling band. I'm actually going to pay attention to them. I take them more seriously by default.
Right. You guys also played Bamboozled. How was that?
That was good. We played it 2 years. I believe it was 2010 and 2011. The first year was at Giant Stadium, which is the Meadowlands in New Jersey. And the second year, they actually moved it down to Asbury Park on the beach. And in my opinion, while I think both of them were really good experiences, I think the second one was better because we were on a better stage. The weather was nicer. The environment was just beautiful, playing on the beach, being on the beach. And we got to play with some bigger bands, and we got to meet a lot of people.
All right. Now, if you guys had a chance to go out with, one of your favorite bands, who would it be?
I guess Coheed and Cambria.
Cool.
Yeah, most probably Coheed and
I
Cambria.
mean, if you can throw in dead artists too, I'd probably say something like, I don't know, Pink Floyd, because they do crazy live shows. I mean, we're all big fans of Rush.
Right.
But yeah, in terms of new bands, I think Mike was right. Coheed's definitely there. But then there's also stuff like the Mars Volta, the Fall of Troy, bands like that. I mean, if At the Drive-In got back together, that'd be really good to play with. Just like a lot of bands that do crazy live shows. I don't know, Tool.
Cool.
Todd was man if they were still. Yeah, Todd was man. Well, Tool plays only once every 5 years, so.
Yeah.
So you guys working on new material now?
Anthony?
What Mike was saying before is that we released the first album, I think it was like 2.5 years ago, something like that. And over that time, we've been pretty much promoting that, and that kind of took us this far. And as that was all happening, I was writing a lot of new stuff because the writing process is very much an ongoing thing. It's fluid. It's not really stop and go. It doesn't command itself. It just happens. So we've been writing this new music, and as of recently, we've focused more on the writing than the traveling, I guess, the past few months, just to get things straight. And then we're finishing, everything, tying up all the loose ends. And we plan on going into the studio in August, to the original studio we went to, Backroom Studios in Rockeyez, to record a new 5 or 6 song EP. This time we're working with a producer, someone who's going to become a very close friend of ours. I don't know if I should reveal anything yet, but we're going to record in August and hopefully release that, I'd say, in February.
Yeah. And to adapt on that, we played a concert this past weekend and exposed a lot of the new music, and it received really good feedback. And it was exciting for us to know that the music we've worked on the past few months has been good. So.
Cool. I'm sure one of the members or many members of the band work a day job. Is it hard to fluctuate your hours to accommodate the band?
Oh, we all go to school currently.
Yeah.
Me and Mike
we're all trying to
go to Montclair. I mean, like literally, me and Mike are in the same room right now. We live together in Montclair, so I'm hearing him talk and me talk. It's really weird. But then Dan goes 20, 30 minutes up the road to Ramapo. And in the summer, we all work day jobs, so it's pretty much when we're not doing that, we're hanging out, writing music, doing, whatever we could do to have a good time.
Cool. Do you think New Jersey is a good location for a band?
I mean, yeah, it's in a good location. Cities like New York, Philadelphia. It's easily accessible for everyone. We can get out places easily. So it has its benefits, but our area of New Jersey, there's not really much of a local music scene. There's not a lot of, when we were young, at least, when we didn't have licenses and everything to go out. Before we were in the music scene, we didn't know about the music scene, really. Right. So, but once you got out, there's good places along New Jersey, and you can easily get into other parts of the country. So it's good in that aspect.
Cool. Each member,
I think it's a really.
Okay.
I think it's a really great place to be a band. I think majority of the major labels have their headquarters right only 30 miles away in New York City, and they always have scouts out there. And, sometimes the bands meet their lucky night where the scouts out there and picks you up, so I think it's a good spot.
Good. Now, what are your hopes for this band?
is a broad question that we get a lot. But the thing I tend to say is something like, we are going to take it as far as it will take us. It's something we love doing. It's not a job. So we're going to keep doing it as long as we love doing it, as long as we have confidence in it, which I'm sure we will for a long time. And the ultimate hope is that we'll get somewhere with this music, and we're going to be able to do it for life. I mean, do the thing that we get to love for a living, because not only is it a creative outlet, but it's a very, I guess you said, passionate, intimate, mental experience for all of us. So we'd love nothing more than to be able to do it for a living and to have people enjoy it right with us and people experiencing everything.
Cool. Do you feel you need do you feel you need a label anymore, really, to make it in the music industry?
That's a hard question. I mean, for what I study, I'm a music studies person right now in college. Basically, when I study, I just want to know from my own experience listening to music and being a fan while being a performer. It's just, if you do the right thing and reach out to the right people, you'll have a following that'll push you in a way you'd be just disrespectful to somebody else. So I really don't think it's necessary anymore. But of course, as anybody could say, it makes things easier. It makes things more proficient, and it makes your life easier as an artist. So.
Cool.
And I think Dan's right. I mean, you don't need one to get out there, because there's ways, if you push yourself, to make money as an independent artist. But at the same time, it is a lot easier. And I think if not for distribution reasons, there's just that general aspect that people take signed bands more seriously just because, which is a shame, because there's a lot of unsigned bands, a lot that are just as good, if not better, than signed bands. So, today we could be traveling a few states, and they're like, oh, this unbanned signed Audio Insight's playing. They make really, really good music. They put on a good show, and they have a decent following. And then the minute we announced, if we were on a label, people would just take you more seriously. It's like you're nothing until you have a label. And I think it's, kind of a shame that people don't take you seriously without that title. It's very elitist.
Right. Well, I congratulate you guys on your last EP, and, best wishes for the future. Would you like to say anything in conclusion?
All right. Thank you for having us.
No problem.
Thank you.
You want to say
you
want to say anything to your fans? Cool. Thanks very much, guys.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to say to the fans really quick is we need all the support we can get, because, we love doing this, and we can only continue to do it with your support. So please come out to see us. Come spread the word. That's the most vital thing you could do, is spread the word and help us carry on.
Cool. Congratulations, Audio Insight. Talk to you guys later.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian.
Bye-bye.